This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a CrossFit and personal training business? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbors, Ellie, Mckenzie, and John Mariottti with CrossFit Oddysey. Hi, it is lovely to have you both on today. Now, we are excited to learn more about you both and your company. So go ahead and tell us just a little bit more about it.
We are a CrossFit gym here at Lover's Lane. We're very close to Love Field Airport. We do CrossFit training, High Rocks training. If you know what High Rocks is, it's the new fitness trend. Small group training, which is about anywhere from 2 to 6 people in a group working on strength and skill or whatever that particular group wants. And then we also do personal training.
We've been in business about 13 years, since 2013. And we've been very happy here at our current location.
That's wonderful. And how did you guys originally get into this industry?
I was a teacher in Nevada, and John owned a martial arts studio in Nevada, and I taught the Gifted and Talented program. And I had a lot of my students who were in the Gifted and Talented program and his martial arts program. And my kids were also in his martial arts program. And we were talking about how smart kids especially needed to learn how to really push themselves because things came so easily for them that we wanted to be able, that when they were presented with something really hard, they would stop sometimes and be like, well, I just can't get that. And I was like, no, you have to work for it. You have to push yourself a little bit harder. And so we would work with them in martial arts and say, you didn't get it the first time, you got to try it again. Now you fell down, now you got to try it again. And that's how we really kind of started working together.
I love that. And in your industry today, since you combine businesses, what is the most common misconception you each come across?
Probably, the most prevalent one is that if you do CrossFit, you're going to get hurt. And that is simply, it's untrue first, but it's also we mitigate any risk that way by knowing how you move, watching you perform the exercises correctly and correcting your form. All of our classes, all of our offerings are coached by a professional who's looking at how you move and making sure you move properly before you do something that might result in an injury.
The other thing that people always say is they're too old for CrossFit. I am turning 57 this year. John is turning 70 this year. You're not too old.
Now, switching gears here for a second, we know that marketing is the heart of every business. So who's your ideal audience and how are you reaching them today?
Our average audience here at CrossFit Oddysey is actually right around 50 years old. We do have people who are as young as 12. We have a lot of young moms and dads who are here in the early classes, but we even have people up to 87 years old here at the gym. So it's a very good mix. People, anybody could do this. Anybody can do it. You can do it with no legs. You can do it with no arms. You can do it with fear. You can do it without fear. Anybody can do this.
So in terms of marketing, we reach out on Instagram and Facebook, other social media things, as well as old school referrals, reviews, and just word of mouth. People driving by see our signs. People see people working out here in the morning. And finally, they drive by 3, 4, 5 years in a row. And finally, they say, oh, it's time for me to show up. So
we get a lot.
I love that. I love that. Now, with your audience that you have, since you target different age groups, do you find that different age groups benefit at different stages of their life differently from the services your business provides?
Yeah, I would say yes. When you're 30 years old and maybe you've got, a baby who's 6, 8 months, your focus might not be on your fitness, but you know that it needs to be. But then when you get to be about 50 years old, the kids are grown, they're getting out of school, and now you realize that you've spent 20 years sitting behind a desk, and it's time to start taking care of yourself, because you've taken care of your career, you've taken care of your kids.
Absolutely.
And now it's time to really
prepare for longevity.
Prepare for your next 20 years,
Yep.
right? It's a different 20-year timeline from 30 to 50 versus 50 to 70, and yet again from say 60 to 80.
And we also have kids who are coming in here sometimes either learning how to just be generally fit or trying to get strong enough for a sport. We've trained lots of kids for military. We trained lots of kids for college sports. So, very different from your person who's focused on longevity.
Wow. Now, you both sound like you work very hard. Outside of work, what do you like to do for fun?
I do a lot of gardening myself.
I do a lot of traveling. So I started doing a lot of things. I started planning a trip for people in the gym to test your fitness outside the gym. And we did Kilimanjaro 2 years ago, Machu Picchu last year, and this year we did the island of Madeira hiking.
Wow. Those are some amazing accomplishments. Now, we've covered a lot of great information during your interview today, but if there was one grand takeaway to sum up everything, what would you want to leave our listeners with learning about CrossFit Oddysey?
I would say you have one chance at this most amazing, beautiful journey of life. And you got to keep your body strong and your head strong, your spirit strong to live that most amazing journey you can possibly live. That's it. It's the journey to extraordinary.
Yep.
And where can our listeners go who want to embark on this journey to extraordinary to learn more about CrossFit Oddysey?
Probably the quickest and fastest way is to visit our website, www.crossfitodyssey.com. You can also find us on Instagram at CrossFit Oddysey or Facebook, CrossFit Oddysey again. And you can also, if you want to go old school, you can call us on the phone, 214-234-0299.
Or Texas.
Yeah.
And Ellie and John, I really appreciate you both being on the show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com. Or call 469-221-9345.